Hi everyone, welcome to Google Developer Space channel, and thank you for joining us on a Saturday. So today we are super excited to have Data Science Indonesia with us, and just a bit of a background for those who might not be familiar with what Google Developer Space is. So we have a physical office, physical space in the Singapore office. But due to COVID, we move everything online. So that's how we started our social media channels like Facebook or YouTube, which is probably where you are watching this video right now. So we aim to connect the community, developer and startup community in the region to learn from one another. So we regularly host events with developer and startup communities. And this event with Data Science Indonesia is actually part of International Women's Day series that we did. So we worked together with communities from Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia over March and April to bring you events covering soft skills topics or technical topics as well. So you can find out more at the link over here. Tons of great content out there, and we are ending off with a bang because this is actually our last event of the series. So we are really excited. And so these are the social media channels that you can follow us at. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So do subscribe and keep updated with us. So without further ado, I'll hand the time over to Monga from Data Science Indonesia to share more with you.
Okay, so thank you, Chia, and thank you for the opportunity to collaborate with Data Science Indonesia. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Lumonga. I'm from Data Science Indonesia, chapter Yogyakarta. In this event, we will talk about the skill set for data scientists and career development. And we have two wonderful speakers. They are Tuti Purwaningsih. She works as a professional statistic lecturer at Islamic University. And then she has many experience in data science fields. And we have Miss Fatma Jana. She is a software engineer and she graduated in petroleum engineering. And so today's agenda are we will introduce Data Science Indonesia and Data Science Indonesia chapter Yogyakarta. And then we will talk about the skill set for data scientists and career development. And don't worry, we also have a Q&A sessions with every speakers. And last is the closing statements from all speakers. All right, I think that's enough for the today's agenda. And I would like to introduce Data Science Indonesia. Lau, can you share the screen Data Science Indonesia presentations? Yeah, so this is Data Science Indonesia. Can you go to the next session? Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, so we established in 2015 and we already has 10,000 members and we did the 100 projects and we has 100 plus partners and we scatter on 8 provinces. And next, next. Yeah, can you go to the previous slide? Yeah, so this is from our leader, Alamsyah Koto Hanza. He said that community is not just making a new friend with the same interest, but also building trust, creating a family, and making an impact to society. And next slide. Okay, so we are going to the vision and missions. We have a vision to create creative and innovative data-driven ecosystem to enhance human welfare. And this is our pillars. We have a socialize, educate, and advocate. So from the socialize is port event, port media, and port curriculum. And from the educate, we have the port melek, port internal, and port research. And to advocate is we have a port analytics center excellent. Next. Yeah, so this is the chairman from since 2015 until 2021. So the first is Fajar Fahrul Jahman, and then the Prasetya Dwi Cahya, and next is Alam. So now the leader is Alamsyah Koto Hanza. Next. Next, can you go to the next slide? Yeah, so from Pod Event, we have Meetup and Data Talk. And next. Yeah, from this is our pod media. We have data pods, and you can listen our pods in Spotify. And the average listener is 429 and many more. And next. Yep. So this is our Medium. If you want to read our Medium, you can go to our Medium. Yep. Data Science Indonesia. And next. Yeah, this is our data learning series. You can get it. If you want to know more about our data learning series, you can go to our Instagram to look it up. And next. Yep, this is our data science curriculum. You can go to our GitHub. Yep, you can see the link of the GitHub. And next. Yeah, this is Melek for member. This is about the studying, learn together. And next. Yeah, this is for the internal development program. This is for the internal volunteer. So here we are. Next. Yep. This is about our research. It's about COVID-19 and data talent gap analysis. Next. Yep, this is our biggest event. This is Data Science Weekend. Yep. So next. Yep. So in Data Science Weekend, we have been held Data Science Weekend in 2021. So last month, we have been on Data Science Weekend 2021. Yep. Can you go to the next slide, Lau? So this is our partners from Microsoft, from the Level Up, Tempo, Noteflux, and Gojek, anything, and many more. And next. So if you want to do the collaboration, you can contact us at partnership@datascience.or.id. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's enough for the introduction about Data Science Indonesia. So I will introduce you about our chapter, Yogyakarta. Yeah. So here we are. We are from Data Science. We are part of Data Science Indonesia, and our base is in Yogyakarta. And next. So this is about us. Based on our visions and missions, we want to educate people by using data, and we want to increase data awareness and data literacy in Yogyakarta, and we want to collaborate with other data activists communities in Yogyakarta, and we want to create a place to brainstorming and self-development for data activists. And next. Yeah, so this is us. They are Alfazrin, me, Lumonga, Laugiwa, Chandra, Sri Arista, and Makarim. Next. So this is our programs. We have two programs. There are sharing with action and webinar series. So sharing with action is our internal program. So this is only for the Yogyakarta's members. And the webinar series, this is open for everyone. So if you are from non-IT or non-statistic backgrounds, you are welcome to join our webinar. Yep, next. So this is last from me and last from us. This is not only about creating community, but this is about creating family. Yeah, I think that's enough about chapter Yogyakarta. So we can go to the next session. So in this next session, we will talk about the skill set for data scientists with Ms. Tuti Purwaningsih. I would like to remind you that we have a Q&A sessions. So do not hesitate to ask her through Slido with this code. Yeah, with this code, okay? And we will select two most favorite questions. Please, welcome to your screen, Miss Tuti Purwaningsih.
Hello everyone, I'm Tuti from Yogyakarta, Indonesia. For now, I want to sharing about skill set for data scientists. For now, I am a statistic lecturer in UII in Universitas Islam Indonesia in Yogyakarta, and I hope that this material will get for helpful for our knowledge in data scientists. This is some use case ya about using GPS data ya in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This is how data scientists use the GPS data to show the population density in every city. And the sample is from Illinois, ya, Chicago. And this is the real GMap ya from Google Maps. And this is the spatial use case about road optimization, how data scientists use the GPS data ya to road optimization. And also this is the application of cold spot analysis for poverty data. We got a spatial cluster ya from the data, and this is the pattern of poverty in Java Island. And the next is about classification analysis using Google Earth Engine. We using remote sensing for this, and we got the data from the satellite. Okay, that is the sample of the analysis yeah from a data scientist. And maybe in another task yeah, in another job, there are many types of data scientist jobs yeah. And what does a data scientist do? Maybe one of you or some of you say that a data scientist is data analyst, data scientist is a data engineer too, gitu ya, or a data steward, gitu ya. So some of you may be right, yeah, because some tasks in some company will different in every company, yeah. A data scientist is not a data analyst only, yeah, is not a data engineer only, is not a business analyst only, is not a database administrator or a data visualization engineer or a machine learning engineer, yeah, or a business intelligence specialist, yeah. This does not mean that a data scientist will not get to do tasks that cut across all these fields. It just means that the duties of a data scientist is only limited to that, and also the disciplines cannot define a data scientist. And one thing that to note is that the duties of data scientist is very based on the company or organization, how the type of the companies, how the volume of the companies, yeah. So data scientists in a startup may tend to do more of data engineering and data analyst tasks, while in a larger organization, tasks may be somewhat defined, yeah, not only for that. And from surveys that have been carried out, most data scientists report that they spend about 80% of the time doing data engineering tasks like data cleaning, running ETL pipelines, and the likes, yeah. While the remaining about 20% is used for specific data scientist tasks. And what the data scientists do, yeah, again, yeah, if you see from the picture, yeah, there are statistical model analysis, raw data, data set, data-driven products, machine learning, all of that types. That is the job of data scientists, yeah. It's very based on size and type of your organization. Okay, so what is the duties of data scientists? Maybe I want to share about the first is ask a question. As a data scientist, you have to ask a question to your manager or to your CEO. Yeah, a data scientist must have a question to trying to answer. This question could be a business problem that there is no tangible answer to. It could also come from the data scientist based on business reports and trends. And data scientist domain expertise also helps in asking the right questions as it relates to the business. So in this case, business analysts are very crucial in this step as they work hand in hand with the data scientists. So this is very crucial, yeah. And then the next is get the data. There is little or nothing that a data scientist can do without access to the right data, right? So once there is a question, the next step is to find an answer to the question and primarily the answer will be gotten from the available data. Okay, this test is really important, yeah, because it will ruin every other things, yeah, and so much effort must be put in to ensure that the right data is gotten. The data scientist partners with the data engineer in this case, yeah, for get the data. Okay, and the next is explore the data. This is the task of business intelligence experts and the data analysts. So a data scientist maybe in some company have to have this skill, yeah, explore the data. Data exploration is the next step when the right data is made available. They have to get possible insights, and then during the exploration special attention is paid to the features that are directly impacting on the question to be answered. At this stage, possible patterns and trends are already identified, and this is the use in the next step. And then, as a data scientist, you have to to model the data. Yeah, this is where insights gotten from the previous steps in use in building a data model, and then the model being built is based on the question that is meant to be answered. And for this case, machine learning engineers assist in the model building and the deployment of the model to production. So this is a task of a data scientist too. Many, yeah. Okay. The next is communicate results. From this case, a data scientist have to communicate the result or the insight they have got from the data. And in this case, data visualization engineers is the crucial job, yeah, for this, yeah, the crucial division for this. So as a data scientist, you have to get a skill of data visualization engineers. And so, what is data scientist? So there are many domain expertise, yeah, like statistical research, mathematics, machine learning, data science, yeah, data processing, computer science. That is the domain expertise of data scientist, yeah. And then if you see from this slide, yeah, data science is knowledge from computer science, data technology, visualization, mathematics, statistics, yeah. There are a lot of knowledge you have to get, you have to have if you are a data scientist. But don't worry, because this knowledge can you get in every online courses, yeah, and in university, and also from your peers maybe. So don't worry, because you have time to to develop your skill for this. Okay, the data scientist basically works with every other discipline, yeah. From the previous explanation of me, in the data science field, it's also good to have proper knowledge of what is expected at each of the above steps. Okay, and now why data science matters? Today we face big data era, and many things have produced data, yeah, many things connected with internet. So there are abundance of data, and we have to face it. We have to organize the data and then got insight using some machine learning modeling, maybe some another algorithm, yeah, image processing analytic, video analytic, and then maybe text mining analytic, yeah. There are a lot of technique you have to have in your skill, yeah. So this is very important because we face big data. So data scientists have many skill for maintain this data. Okay, why data science matters? Yeah, because we get new data, there are maybe new pattern, yeah, new pattern. So there are new model or new algorithm for solving the problems, yeah. And then maybe we have to experiment, yeah, from our product. We have to know how the customer, how our society look for our products, how if we put some experiments in our product, and then we do A/B testing, maybe, yeah. And then in another problem, we have to reduce the uncertainty too, yeah, because we have to predict our future, from the data, our future of our company from the data. So this is why data science matters. And improving products and monetizing through data has become a competitive advantage in recent years, from the company. A strong and well-organized data organization is a strong differentiator too from our competitor. So data scientists are driving key product decision across companies and building next generation algorithms to improve decision making too. The world will continue to become increasingly data driven, but data informed decision making will remain relevant. So data science will matter for this. And this is digital around the world, If we see from this slide that our population in our world now is about almost 8 billion, 8 billion. This population is very, very big, and we see that about 59%, is internet user. You can imagine how the data will be bigger and bigger, and so this is the chance, for data scientists to explore their skill, to maintain the data. And with this global digital growth, we see that the growth of active media social, active media social user is very high, about 13%, about 13%, and this is a very high improvement, very high growth for this media user. And so this is a challenge to company to prepare the data storage, maybe a data warehouse, to show the skill of data science in their company and show the insight from their data scientists. And if we see from the world's most used social platforms, Facebook is the first, and YouTube second, WhatsApp, FB Messenger, and Instagram. Maybe the next Instagram will be the first, Okay, and if we see from the annual growth in Asia Pacific, there are bigger average, from the world, because in Asia Pacific, about 35% active mobile social user is improved, And from Indonesia, we see that almost maybe about 300 million population, in Indonesia, almost. And the internet user is, you see that is about 70% internet user. It is a big number. So Indonesia will be there are many customers from many e-commerce, like Shopee, Lazada, and others, So this is the target maybe from them. And from daily time spent on media data, we see that time spent using social media from our people is about 3 hours, about 3 hours. It is length, because 3 hours from a day is about what percent, maybe about 15%, Okay. And then this is the use case for data science, The data science is very useful for land management and biodiversity, and then global warming analytics, logistics, security, business efficiency, and government, And another maybe for crime analytics, infrastructure management, and other fields, Data scientist is very useful for our life. And this is sample of data monetization in banking and insurance. There are 5 progressive data monetization strategies, like use data generated from the operation to enhance the business operation, and then use data analytic to improve customer offerings, and then enter new markets using data set up a data exchange, and then offer free products to gather the data. It is from internal usage until the external usage. And then this is how data as a profit driver. Emerging techniques is to monetize data as a strategic asset, We have to monetize our data, And then there are some advanced and some advantage, yeah, like improvement to core business, like optimize revenue, yeah, and then minimize costs, and then reduce risk, yeah. And then we can get new products from that, yeah, products and services like embedded analytics products, yeah, selling analytical tools, key customer for industry benchmarking. And then maybe we can get smart metering revenue from the data set and another, yeah. And the next is for new business models. From this data science, yeah, we can build a smart city initiative, yeah, like IoT monetization, footfall analytics, and then like peer-to-peer ride sharing, yeah, like Uber, yeah, Gojek in Indonesia, Grab, social networking cities like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and other, yeah. Okay. And how data science is useful for all business. In manufacturing industry, predict failure rates and streamline inventory management using sensor data and dynamic market demand, yeah. For retail industry, analysis of product reviews, call center records, and social media stream helps to gain market insight and customer feedback. And for the financial services sectors, data science is useful. It's enable innovative credit scoring, yeah, like I have do, and then fraud identification, build product to suit customer segmentation. And for the travel industry, data science is matters too, yeah. It's very useful. Data science enable full and delay prediction, create personalized offers, and ensure maximum yield. And so, for that, what are the essential skills, like soft skill or skill data science must have? From my opinion, yeah, and I have to review some sources too. There are 10 skill sets every data scientist should have, about 10, yeah. The first we got from the non-technical skills, yeah. From non-technical skills, you have to have critical thinking, objectively analyze question, hypothesis, and results, understand what results are critical to solve a problem, and look at problems from differing views and perspective. And second is have effective communication. You have to explain what data-driven insight mean in business relevant terms in your company. Communicate information in a way that highlights the value of action and convey the research process and assumption that lead to a conclusion. And the third is proactive problem solving. You have to have this one skill, yeah. Identify opportunities and explain problems and solution and so on, yeah. And the four is intellectual curiosity. The maybe this skill in my term, this is a very important, yeah, because a curiosity is must in our head, yeah, in our head of data scientists. You have to drive the search for answers. You have to dive deeper than surface results, yeah, and initial assumption. Think creatively with a drive to know more, and then constantly ask why, and why, yeah. And the five is business sense. You have to have a business sense as a data scientist because you have to understand the business and its special needs. Know what organizational problems need to be solved and why. Translate data into results that work for the organization. And from the technical skills, yeah, we have five too, yeah. The first is ability to prepare data for effective analytics. Source data, gather, arrange, process, and model the data. And then analyze large volumes of structured or unstructured data. Prepare and present data in the best form for decision making and problem solving. And then you have to have ability to leverage self-services analytics platform, yeah. You have to understand the benefit and challenge of using data visualization. You have basic knowledge of market solution, and then know and apply best practices and techniques when creating analysis and so on. And then you have ability to write efficient and maintainable code, yeah, ability to apply math and statistic appropriately, and ability to leverage machine learning and artificial intelligence. this is the era of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Yeah, so you have to prepare that. And how to become a great data scientist? There are learning paths to become a great data scientist, yeah, in my opinion. And then I review from some sources too. You have to gain knowledge from data science toolkit, yeah, like Python, yeah, and then maybe R, and then MATLAB, and then SAS and another toolkit you have to know, and you have to skill that. And then data visualization skill, yeah, data exploration, basic, yeah, of machine learning and the art of storytelling. Yeah, storytelling have an art, and you have to study that too, yeah. Advanced machine learning, yeah, and then you have to study about supervised machine learning, unsupervised and supervised too, yeah. Sorry. And then you have to recommendation engines, yeah. Curious how Netflix, Amazon, Zomato give such amazing recommendation, yeah. So you have to learn about that, yeah. Maybe for this you have to learn about machine learning, yeah, working with time series data, and then you have to learn about introduction to deep learning and computer vision, because this is the era of deep learning too, yeah. Basics of natural language processing and model deployment and project jobs, yeah. You have to have maybe a capstone project, yeah, to comprehensive skill you already learn. Okay, that is my slide, yeah, maybe. Okay, thank you very much for the time. I hope that my material is very useful for you and us too, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Tuti. It was very informative. And now we have a Q&A session. So let me share my Slido screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the first question is, can you give us the short explanations? What is the difference between data analyst and data scientist? Miss Tuti, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I stop sharing, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
the difference of data analyst and data scientist, maybe data analysts tend to for small data, yeah, but data scientists have to face the big data, yeah, big data and stream data too. So it is important to apa ya, to for now in big data era, it is important that we have to have skill set for data scientists, because data analyst maybe in some organization it is a data scientist too, ya. There is no apa ya exact difference between data scientist and data analysis in some organization. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the second question is, what is the challenge in data science for the future? Go ahead, Miss Tuti.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mongga. The challenge is about improve your skill, because this is maybe will apa ya will need our time to focus to learn about data scientist skill set, yeah. Like I say before that data scientist is combine of domain expertise, yeah, some domain expertise like statistics, yeah, mathematics, and then computer science, data visualization, and another related skills you have to face and got as your skill, yeah, to be a data scientist.
Nice. Okay, so we have to prepare anything, right? And
Yes.
then yes. Okay, so we go to the third questions is, yeah, I think this is the last questions. Can we apply data science to geostatistic case? Yeah, go ahead, Miss Tuti.
Okay. Can we apply data science to geostatistic case? Yes, exactly. Yeah, we can apply data science to geostatistic case, because geostatistics is a skill of data science too. Yeah, maybe for Google Maps, yeah, there are needs geostatistics scientists, yeah, because the data is about GPS and then spatial data and then geographics rules, yeah, like that.
Oh, I see. So, do you have you been do a research about geostatistic as your specializations, uh, and you apply it to the data science,
Oh yeah,
data
okay.
scientist. Sorry.
I have many research about geostatistic case, yeah, because I'm in statistics department and my research is not far of that, yeah. Jadi my focus research is about geostatistics and big data. And for geostatistics, there are many fields that we can elaborate, yeah, like transportation and then like e-commerce, yeah, how e-commerce send the things to the customers, and then like population density, and then like land management, like remote sensing, and then for business is applied to. Okay,
Okay, so Miss Tuti, last. Okay, so this
yeah.
last, can you give us the tips? Maybe this is good for the final year students, or you can give us the tips how to be a good data scientist,
Yeah,
so we
okay.
can prepare ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to start to believe that you can. It is the first side, yeah. So you have to believe that you can to be a data scientist, and then you have to dig up your skill, and then searching for the data scientist sources that maybe suitable for you, because everyone have different ini ya, have different style of learning. So you have to try to search, ya, what is the source is suitable for you. And for that you have to apa ya, you have to write, what skill you already got, and then until you finish that your rating is full, ya. So you are a data scientist now. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss Tuti, for the informations and for your wonderful sharing sessions. And if you have more questions about data scientists, about data science, about statistic, do not hesitate to contact her through LinkedIn. Is that okay if someone or if they
Okay.
contact you through LinkedIn?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay,
okay.
all right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So,
You're welcome.
thank you. Yes. Once again, thank you so much for Ms. Tuti for your wonderful sharing sessions. We hope our audience will know more about data scientist professions. Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank you.
next, okay, wait. Next, we will have Ms. Fatma Jana. In these sessions, we will talk about career development. I would like to remind you that we have a Q&A sessions through Slido with this new code. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lau. And okay, so Miss Fatma is with us now. Welcome to your screen, Miss Fatma Jana.
Hello,
Hi,
am
Miss
I
Fatma.
audible? Yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Yes, it's very cold
Okay,
here. Yeah. Go ahead, Miss
let,
Fatma.
sure. Let me just share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes,
Is this all right?
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. I would like to share about career development. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. So, this is a picture of mine. My full name is Fatma Jana. People call me Fatma, and I am a software engineer at Quinix. Quinix is an international company that works mostly on workforce management, and it is powered by AI or artificial intelligence, where they have a lot of data scientists and also machine learning engineer to provide the services that is powered by AI. And Quinix is based in Sweden. So it's a Swedish company that helps other businesses or companies to work better for them, especially in terms of scheduling optimization. demand forecasting and stuff. And people who work at Quinix are spread all around the world, from Australia, Indonesia, Ukraine, Serbia, Netherlands, Sweden, of course, and then also some people from the US. So it is a huge opportunity for people to work from all around the globe, and we each have different time zone. So we just work according to our normal working hour. But then when there is meeting, we will have like the mid time, where, for example, in my time it is in the afternoon, and then it's in the morning time in Sweden, something like that. So it's an international company that I can work as a software engineer there, which is really nice. So here is the history of my employment. Actually, I started to join by becoming software engineer trainee, or I joined a coding bootcamp that was provided by Altera, and it was called Altera Academy back in January 2019, and it lasted for 3 months. Afterwards, I was hired immediately by Altera to work full-time as a software engineer. Back then, I was working full stack, front end and back end. And then after almost 2 years of working as a software engineer at Altera, I had an opportunity to join Quinix by the beginning of March this year. So I have just started working at Quinix, and today is my second month of working at Quinix. And it's a remote job because there is no office of Quinix here in Indonesia, but everything is done online. So I just do my work at home. And to get a little bit of context is that in terms of career development, because I would like to talk about career development, I come from a background where it is actually not software engineering related. It is not computer science. What I did was actually petroleum engineering. I did my master's in petroleum engineering in Australia back in 2017 for 2 years. And before that, I also had petroleum engineering for my background for my undergraduate study. And I took that study in Malaysia at University Technology Petronas. And both of these studies were covered fully by scholarships. So it was fully funded. The one in Malaysia was covered by scholarship from Petronas, which is the National Oil and Gas Company of Malaysia. And then the one in Australia, I got the scholarship from Australia Award Scholarship, which is a scholarship provided by Australian government for people who come from developing countries to study there for free. Well, yeah, because it's scholarship. Okay, let's go on and just jump into our discussion about career development. But before that, I would like to tell you the outline of my presentation. Here, I would like to share about the definition of career development, and then why is career development important, and then there will be challenges in terms of your career path and development, and I will also discuss about what might be the challenges and how we can overcome them, and then how you can start. For example, if you are a fresher or a fresh graduate and then you would like to start your career, your first full-time career, then how can you start? And then also, when you already in your career, how can you boost your career to make you even better working and professionally? And then I will also share a little bit more about my career journey, even though I already told you about my employment history. But in this part, I will tell you more about some changes and things that occurred during my career journey. And then we can conclude our presentation and then have a Q&A. Okay, so this is career development. I think I would like to have a disclaimer that I actually come from a technical background, which is working as a software engineer, but I would like to share about career development, which is based on what I understand, which is based on what I can find on the internet, on my research, and then also based on my experience. All right. So what is career development actually? it is a process of choosing a career to improve your skills and advancing along a career path. And it is a lifelong process of learning and decision making that brings you closer to your ideal job, skill set, and lifestyle. So when I say that it is a lifelong process, meaning that mostly adults' life, they will spend most of the time working, and therefore, when it comes to career development, it is a lifelong process. For example, starting from you graduate from your university and then choosing your first time job, and then after that you work there for a few years, and then maybe you would like to shift careers and then move to another company, or maybe to stay in the same company but with different level. And then it is a learning process and a lot of decision making that you will face, you will do, because a lot of things that you need to determine, and all those decisions can really have a big outcome in terms of your future career. So be really careful when choosing and making the decision for your career, because as you know what you want to do, as you can define your ideal job, then it will be much better for you, because you have a goal that you want to achieve. You have something in mind that you really, really want to get in the future. And then it also about skill set and lifestyle. Because, for example, as a fresher or fresh graduate, you have started your first time career, maybe with some salary which is just average salary that people get as an entry level, and then you have your normal lifestyle like as first time career, and then after a few years you will get promotion, you will have higher salary, and then you will have better lifestyle, and so on. All right. And in terms of career development, you really need to identify your strengths and blind spots or weaknesses. And then you need to work hard to improve your skills, because as you know what you are good at, and as you know which parts that you can improve, you can try to improve those things, and then to have even better journey in your career, and to maybe to pivot or to shift into some other different role or some other different career that you can have. For example, maybe the first 2 years I would like to become a software engineer, and then after sometimes I become interested in machine learning, and I would like to jump into machine learning engineer, or maybe to become a data engineer. You can do that as well, provided that you know what you want to do, and you know the requirements of jumping into that new job, and then you need to prepare. And then again, about career development, it is about learning um, about different roles and industries that you can find out there, and then to match those with your abilities, and you need to seek out opportunities that you can advance in your career, that you can apply, and then maybe sometimes later you can try to have a change of career, whether it is in the same company but different role or different level, or maybe change career by having the same job but at different company, but maybe with a better offer, like higher salary, or better working environment, or better opportunity for learning or for career development. It is all possible. And in essence, in career development, it is a cycle of first discovering yourself. You need to know what you are good at, what are your weaknesses and stuff. And then from there, you need to explore the options, the job options that you can find out there. And it should match between what you can do well and the opportunities that people have from the companies. And then after that, you can make choices of which jobs options that you would like to apply, and apply all those opportunities. And then you take action by choosing the best offer that you can have, by considering a lot of criteria, a lot of pros and cons that each of the offer has. And then there is a sweet spot when it comes to career development. So it should be a combination between your strengths, or what you are good at, and your passion, or what you really, really like to do, and also the business needs. Business needs mean what are available out there in terms of career options. For example, nowadays data science career, data engineer and also data analytics career are quite in demand. And maybe if you're interested with that, you can learn and improve your skills and then have that sweet spot where you have the combination of these three really important things, which are strengths, passion, and business needs. And then you can have a really nice career development. In my case, I have a strength in terms of logical thinking, problem solving, communication skills, and others, because I come from technical background as a petroleum engineer, and then I have a bridge by joining coding bootcamp to learn everything about software engineering because my background is in petroleum engineering. But then the ability of problem solving and critical thinking and communication skills and all those things are really nice to have, and I can transfer them into working as a software engineer. And then I have a passion as well in terms of technology. I like seeing the advancement of technology and how technology can help humans, which is really nice. And then when I see the business needs or career opportunities out there, there are tons of opportunities of working as a software engineer. That's why after I finished my master degree, it was a really, really nice opportunity to join that coding bootcamp for me to start my journey, my career journey as a software engineer. And then let's discuss why this career development is really important. The first one is that it is a constant reminder of your goals. Career development, in terms of career development, you have your goals. You have things that you want to achieve. And by having this career development, you know that you want to achieve something. And it is a constant reminder that you want to achieve these goals. Okay? And you can gain responsibility for your weaknesses, because we discussed that in terms of career development, we need to identify our strengths and weaknesses. And because we have this career development in mind, we know that we need to improve ourselves when it comes to our weaknesses, when it comes to our drawback. And then after that, it gives you a sense of purpose, because when having goals, especially in terms of career development, you know that you want to achieve something more. You want to become better at your job. That means it creates a better sense of purpose. You will like your job even more. You will love your product even more, and you can deliver better in terms of your job. And then so that you can achieve those goals of of attaining the goals in terms of career development. And then it will make you in charge of your career path, because you know what you want to achieve, because you know your career path, your career journey that you already designed, and what are the things that you want to achieve. For example, after a year, I would like to become something. I have to achieve these goals and stuff. And then after another year, I will have another goals that I would like to achieve. And I have to evaluate whether or not I achieved the goals that I created before. Okay? And then it also will boost your self-confidence, of course, because when knowing that we have really well-defined goals that we would like to achieve, it can increase and improve our self-confidence, because we know we want to achieve these goals. We know that we want to improve our skills so that we can become better at our job. Okay, so in essence, career development is the ever-evolving process of readjusting your goals to make a difference. Remember about the three components? Career development, it has a sweet spot between strengths, passion, and also basic business needs. Okay? And again, it is for you to make a difference. And then next, we can discuss about the challenges when it comes with career development and how we can overcome these challenges. The first one can be not knowing what your dream job is, not knowing what you would like to achieve. For example, you are a fresher or a fresh graduate, or you're still at university, and then you don't really know, what am I supposed to do after I graduate? What am I supposed to do, knowing that I have just graduated from my university? Like what kind of dream job can I have? In overcoming this challenge is it is your job, it is your duty to explore, to find out what are available options in terms of jobs that you can take, that you can try. For example, maybe try to attend seminar or just Google some jobs that is related to your undergraduate study, and then see which one of those options that you can match your skills, and then apply those opportunities. And then you can define what kind of dream job you can have. You can also watch a lot of YouTube videos where people do, like 1 day of working as a software engineer at Google, something like that. And it is really nice because you can see what's really happening there, what they do, and how they define their career. And you can have an imagination. You can be more knowledgeable in terms of knowing what kind of jobs that you can do, and also what are the options that you have. Next is unemployment. If you're a fresh graduate, maybe it is not always easy for you to find your first job. It is not easy for you to get accepted when you apply. And this can be a challenge for you as well. To overcome this, of course, to keep your options open and to explore a lot of opportunities and to match them with your strengths and also interests, and then to apply to a lot of opportunities, because you don't know from which opportunities that you can have that job offer. Okay, so hopefully after applying to a lot of different jobs, that you can see that you are fit to the job, you can get accepted and start working. And then next is the irrelevance of formal degrees. Nowadays, people say that it is not necessary to go to university because you can just do everything online, for example, or just do some course on Coursera, or just have or join coding bootcamp, for example. Like, your formal degrees are not really important, but I think people can have different opinions on this. For me, I believe that formal education is really, really important. Like, in my case, even though I studied petroleum engineering, both for my bachelor and my master degree, they are still really important in shaping who I am right now. Like, I can acquire the problem solving skills and communication skills and all those things that I needed to become a software engineer by studying petroleum engineering, even though it's not highly related to what I do now as a software engineer. And then another challenge can be low salary, especially when you are a fresh graduate and then you don't really know how much is the range of average salary in terms of the jobs that you have, the options are. So you need to really explore and see what are the range of salary for example, for entry level, and to know that you have the value to propose a good salary. But as a fresh graduate, I will suggest you to be more realistic, to become just open with opportunities, because it's your first time job. You don't need to really negotiate of how much salary that you can have, unless you already have a working experience, for example 2 or 3 years, and then you want to move career, and then you can negotiate the salary because you have more values in terms of work experience. And then there is a fear of layoff. After working sometimes, especially with the current condition of COVID-19, people lose their jobs and businesses are closed down because it's a hard time for people. And then you have that fear of getting laid off, and it can be a challenge as well. To overcome this, you need to keep on improving your skills, so that even though sometimes later you might lose your job because they have to close their business and that you don't have your job anymore, then you can transfer those skills and knowledge into something else, maybe, or work with the same role but at different companies. But at least you already have your values, your skills and knowledge that you already gained from working at that place, and also from improving your own selves as well. And then there is another challenge, which is working from home challenges. We had been working at the office for some times, like a few years, and then suddenly COVID-19 occurred and everyone has to go home and just work at home. And sometimes it doesn't have a clear barrier between work stuff and home stuff, and like becoming yourself and being in your personal space, because you do your job at your home. And these challenges can occur as well. To overcome this, you need to know your priorities, you need to know your boundaries. Maybe try to set your working space to be at a different room from your bedroom, so that you know that this is a bedroom, this is for you to relax and just to have a rest. But when it comes to work, I need to go to another room, which is my workspace room or work room, my office, my home office, so that you know that it has a different vibes, it has a different settings, like it relaxes your mind, and it makes you ready that when you go and enter to your home office, it is for you to work, it is for you to focus, and the rest will be at the other room, so that you know there is a boundary, there is a limit, so that you don't get really stressful even though you have to work at home. And then there's another thing that is called burnout. I think people have been talking about this, like they keep on working and they got tired, and then they feel like they don't want to continue working anymore, and they call it burnout. And to overcome this, for me, I think you can just take a rest, and then do anything that you want, get recharged, and then after that, don't forget to come back to work. Find uh, find back your purpose of why you wanted to do that job. See again your goals that you want to achieve. And then, if you are a fresh graduate, for example, how you can start to have your first time job. You can start by determining what you are good at, and then what you want to do. And you need to research about the job options that you have out there. And then you need to prepare, match your skills and the job options that are available, and prepare to apply for these jobs. And of course, after that, you need to apply a lot of job opportunities that you can apply, and then continue until you get that your first job. Okay. And then when it comes to working in tech, because I work in tech as a software engineer, there are a lot of job options that you can pick, you can choose. First is software engineer, and then we have data engineer, we have quality engineer. This is the person who tests the software that was built or was developed by the software engineer. So the quality engineer makes sure that everything works fine, works really well before our product is delivered to our customers. And then there is cloud engineer, also DevOps engineer, UI UX designer or researcher. For this UI UX, it means user interface or user experience designer or researcher. They will have more skills in terms of design and also in terms of copywriting and stuff, because they will be more going into the product stuff to make the layout, the user interface really nice, and for the customers to have a better experience when using the product. And then we also have product owner. Product owner doesn't go like coding and stuff, but they are the one who manage the product, and they are the ones who determine which features that would like to be developed, which features that can be really good for the market, something like that. And then after knowing all those things, where you can find the jobs. When it comes to working in tech, for me, there are three really nice places for you to find your jobs. The first one being Tech in Asia. It is a really nice platform. You can just sign up and then log in, and then upload your CV. Just have your profile set up once, and then after that, search for the job that you want, and then apply to a lot of jobs there. It doesn't matter how many jobs that you have applied, as long as each job that you apply is aligned with what you have in terms of skills and also your interests, and then just apply, because you don't know at which job opportunity that you can have the offer, or you can go into the next screening process. And then the second one is Caliber. It is kind of similar like Tech in Asia. It's just different platform. It is for you to meet a lot of different companies that will give you the job options, and you can also apply to a lot of opportunities there in Caliber. The last one is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like Facebook or Instagram. Like, it's a social media, but it is with a professional settings. So that's why when you come to LinkedIn, make sure that you create your profile really nicely, but make sure that it is professional because it is a professional social media. And then you can connect with a lot of people. There are a lot of employers who are hiring through LinkedIn. And also there are a lot of posts from different people that share about career development, that share about career opportunities and stuff. And then you can just apply there. And even sometimes after you create your profile and then you already work somewhere, for example, you can have like some job offer from LinkedIn. People like they can send you some messages and ask you, are you open for job opportunities and stuff? And then you can have that screening session from LinkedIn. One fun fact for me about LinkedIn is that I had an opportunity to go through screening process at Amazon, one of the biggest tech companies, and it was, I was invited through LinkedIn, which was something that I couldn't imagine that it could occur, but it did, and I did go through the first screening process, but I didn't do well on the second one, so I didn't get the job. But at least I knew that someone out there can find you through LinkedIn. So make sure you have the best profile professionally on LinkedIn. If you haven't have one, make sure you create one today. Okay, even though you are still a student or you just graduate from your university, make sure you have your profile on LinkedIn, and make sure that you are visible to other people. Like, for example, post your achievements, and then you can also comment other people post, something like that. Okay, and then I would like to talk about transferable skills and knowledge. I hope I still have time. There are two types of skills, which are soft skills and hard skills. And in terms of soft skills, there are a lot of skills that you need to acquire, that you need to have in order to have a good career development. First one is communication and collaboration, because most of the time you will work with other people, you will collaborate with other people, and you need to have good time management. You need to know your priorities and how you can manage your work really well. And then you need to have the ability to learn. Like, for example, even though you already studied computer science and then you graduate and become a software engineer, you still need to learn about the product. You still need to learn about the framework and everything that they have in the project itself. And then you need to have creativity. You need to show your own uniqueness and your skills. And then you need to have critical thinking to be able to work better, because it is also really important. And then problem solving skills. This is also one of the most important skills that you need to have. Doesn't matter which career or which job that you have, problem solving will be one of the most important ones. And then you need to have flexibility or agile. You need to be flexible when it comes to the requirements of what you need to do. Maybe like the first 3 weeks, you really know what to do and it is really easy. But then the next week, you don't really know what to do because it has different requirements, or you need to learn a new technology and stuff. So you need to be flexible. And then when it comes to hard skills, it all depends on the job. So I'm not gonna talk much about that. And then here we can learn how we can boost our career. For example, you already work for some time. How can I boost my career? How can I improve my career? First, you can set small goals regularly and try to achieve them and evaluate whether or not you can achieve them. And then stretch yourself, get yourself into the edge cases. To be in the development or the career growth, for you to grow. So stretch yourself, get yourself challenged with different tasks, maybe, or bigger responsibility, and then get feedback. Maybe you can ask your team lead or your manager. You can ask whether or not you work well, your performance, something like that. And then you need to be curious about your industry. You need to follow the trend, the technology, and everything. And then you need to read and do rapid learning, because it is also really important for you to keep on increasing your knowledge. So keep on reading and have rapid learning. Rapid learning means to learn things in active situation, in active manner, that you can have the learning process really, really fast, that it is called rapid. So it is rapid learning. And then you need to network brilliantly. One of the things that you can do is to network with people through LinkedIn, or you can join a lot of communities on Telegram group, for example, or you can join Data Science Indonesia or Google developer groups, which is really nice for you to network with people. And then get a mentor. Find someone that can mentor you, so that they can teach you how to be better, and you can ask a lot of questions. And get a protege or a mentee. After you get yourself better and better, you can try to have someone that you can mentor, so that you can transfer your knowledge and skills as well. Okay, so I might go a little bit over time, but this is a little bit more about my career journey. But I promise this should be the last slide. So I started by having the coding bootcamp on January to April 2019. I learned everything about full stack and how I can become a software engineer. It was for 3 months. It was comprehensive and immersive, and it was provided by Altera Academy. And then after that, I was hired by Altera to work as a full stack engineer from April until October 2019. And then I still work at the same company, but then I moved on into a new project, and then I had to become fully front-end engineer. So I need to learn more about styling, about what color that I need to use, about which size of the font of the writing and stuff. So I was a front-end engineer for almost the rest of my career at Altera. And then what was interesting was that in January 2020, at the beginning of COVID-19 occurring, I joined Google Bangkit, which is one of the best experience that I had throughout my life, especially my career journey. Even though I was working full-time as a software engineer, Google Bangkit was a place for me to learn about machine learning. It is a place for me to learn that, okay, so data is really something here now in our era. And then I learned how machine learning can really help people by using data. And that was one of the best experience I had by joining Google Bangkit, where I learned everything about machine learning. And I also got the voucher to take the TensorFlow developer certification exam. And I took the exam and I passed, alhamdulillah, which was really nice because you got trained from this program, and then you can go with the certification exam, and you can also put that on your LinkedIn. And then after that, I had found this opportunity to join Quinix, I think by the end of last year. And then I applied and then went through the selection process, and then I got the job, and I started working at Quinix on March 2021, which was just last month, which is a really nice experience because I get to work with people from different countries all over the world, and it is a new working environment, and it is something much bigger than what I had before because it is much different. If you can see that before that, I was working front end for more than a year, and then I had to jump into back-end developer. But I could ensure them that I could also do back-end because most of the time I love back-end more. But and I could also pass the screening session. So yeah, and now I still learn about all the things, all the products and everything at Quinix, so that I can work well as a backend developer. Okay, so yeah, as promised, that was the last one, and this is just some closing statement. Here is a quote from Michael Jordan. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. I hope you learned something from this quote, which is a long one, and it is from Michael Jordan. You know that he's a really famous basketball player that that have been really successful, but beyond that successful, he already failed a lot of times. So when it comes to your career development, maybe you fail 1, 2, 3 times. It doesn't really matter. What matters is for you to bounce back and to continue with your career journey. Okay? And thank you very much. let's have some questions. Thank you. Hello. Should I close my?
Yeah. Hi,
Uh-huh.
Ms. Fatma. Thank you
Yeah.
for the great presentations. It
Mhm.
was very interesting to know your career journey. And before we go to the Q&A sessions, because I'm from a statistic background, can you give us the short explanations? What are the difference between full stack engineer, front end engineer, software engineer,
Mhm.
and back end developer?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So when it comes to web development or mobile development, so as a software engineer, there are a lot of options for you to work, and it usually depends on the product that you will deliver. For example, if it's a web application, then you call yourself a web developer, and in terms of developing a web application, it is usually divided into front end and back end. Front end engineer or front end people are the one who create the interface, the one that you see. Like for example, you see this on your Google Chrome, right? But here in our screen, there are a lot of data that is going around, and in this case, is the video or the image that keeps on moving, and all this data that keeps on changing and all those stuff need to be delivered by people who created the backend system, and those are done by the backend developer or engineer. So for backend developer, you don't really have some interface that you can work on, but for front end, you have the interface. You get to work with the buttons, you get to work with the right things like welcome to our platform and stuff. But for backend is for you to query some data from the database, for example. And usually backend is those people who go around with API, and we call it application programming interface, so that front end can communicate with backend to get the data and everything. Because if you go to, for example, Google, and then you search something, and then it will deliver you some data like the outcome of your search. All those things come from the back end part, something like that. So when it comes to web developer or mobile engineer, there will be front end and back end. And if it's called full stack, meaning that you do both things, front end and back end as well, something like that. Do I answer your question?
Okay, so because I'm from statistic backgrounds, that's why I
Mhm.
don't know what is full stack engineer and then front end engineer, software engineer, and back end developer roles. And
Mhm.
now let's go to the Q&A sessions. So here,
Mhm.
let me share my screen. Wait,
Okay.
okay, yeah. Okay, so here we go to the first questions. So the first question is, what were the parameter made you switching your career? Go ahead, Miss Fatma.
Okay. Switch my career. Maybe the
Yeah.
first time around when I was studying petroleum engineering and I graduated from having bachelor and masters in petroleum engineering, uh, the parameters were the job options that I have. Actually, by that time, I really wanted to become a petroleum engineer, but it was not really feasible, I thought, because the job was really hard to get. They want people who are already experienced, for example, 5, 7, or 10 years of experience. But then I was just a fresh graduate with bachelor and masters in petroleum engineering, and therefore I looked for other options, and I found out that technology has been advanced rapidly, and software engineering jobs is like everywhere. And also I found this opportunity to join that coding bootcamp, so that therefore I applied to join the coding bootcamp and become a full stack engineer trainee at the coding bootcamp to learn everything about software engineering for 3 months. And then after that I was hired by Altera to work full-time as a software engineer. And maybe if it's like another career switch that I had from Altera to Quinix, that will be another discussion, because it contains of different parameters. For example, better working environment. Like for example, at Altera, I was working with people from Indonesia, and we speak Indonesian every day. And like it was Indonesian culture, like really friendly. You talk a lot with your friends and stuff. And the meeting was kind of like much longer. But then I saw this opportunity to work at Quinix on a a company that is an international company, and people come from all over the world, and I get to speak English again, which is really nice for me. So that's why it is one of the parameters for me to switch the career on top of salary. Okay.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to the second questions.
Mhm.
Okay, so what is the hardest challenge do you get through switching your career from gas and oil field to the IT or tech field? Go ahead, Miss
Hardest
Fatma.
challenge. The hardest challenge for me to switch from oil and gas into IT, I think internally it was not hard because I did what I could do. That's what I did. Like for example, after I graduated from my bachelor degree, I didn't do anything in terms of petroleum engineering. I work as a word processing specialist in a law firm. It is not. It was not technical at
Wow.
all. I was just doing some formatting of documents and stuff. But then there was the options that I could do because I didn't want to just become an unemployed person, because I need the job. I need to continue living. And then when it comes to switching from oil and gas, because I just finished my master's and then to work into IT field, it was also a really smooth process because I got to transfer the skills and knowledge that I have from studying petroleum engineering into IT, such as problem solving, critical thinking, and logical thinking that I already have. And that's why I love back end more, because in back end we do a lot of things about logical and problem solving, and therefore for me it is much preferable to work as a back end in terms of front end as compared to front end. And then what was really a challenge was actually some opinions from people, because they see like, Fatma, why you spend 6 years of studying petroleum engineering to only end up being a software engineer? Like, you waste a lot of time there, because they don't really understand that I didn't waste time, because I was learning, I was studying, I was acquiring skills and knowledge that I need in order for me to work well as a professional. It doesn't matter which career path that I take, because I studied petroleum engineering. It was something that really shaped me into who I am now. It is something that maybe Quinix was offering me a job because they saw me studied in Australia, and the office branch that hired me is the Australian branch. I mean, the Australia office branch, because it is the closest office from Indonesia. And then yeah, so internally for me it was not a challenge at all, but maybe the challenge was when someone asking me why wasting a lot of time studying petroleum engineering to only end up becoming a software engineer. It was kind of hurtful sometimes, like at the beginning, because they didn't really know what's happening there in my life. But I just explained that no, it is not a waste of time. It is a really great opportunity for me, and I'm really grateful that I become a software engineer now, because I can work full-time online from home and still interact with my family, because throughout my life I've been living here and there and not with my family. Like, I started living in Malaysia by myself for more than 4 years because I had internship and stuff, and then also I moved to Australia for another 2 years living my family. So it was a lot of time that I didn't live at home until somehow finally I work as a software engineer and I can move back to my home in Jakarta and still working, and it is fully at home. Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's go to the third questions. So, what are the things we have to prepare before we do switching our career?
Mhm. First
Yeah.
thing first, never ever resign from your previous career until you are sure that you have that next option of moving into the next career, to switch your career. For example, you already applied to a lot of different opportunities when you were working at the previous one, and then really make sure that you already get the offer and sign the offer, for you to know, okay, this is already confirmed that I will start working at that company later, like next month, for example. And then when it comes to preparing to switch your career, you need to really know what career switch or shift that you want to do, and why. Does it align with your goals? Is it something that is new that you want to create to become your new goals that you want to achieve? you really need to define your why. You really need to know why you are doing that, why you want to have a switch of career. Is it because you want to have a better salary? Is it because you want to have a new opportunity of working with people from different countries, for example? You need to find the reasons of doing that, a switch of career, because switching a career is not always easy because it's a new environment. You need to relearn everything. You need to adapt with the new working experience and stuff. So be well prepared in terms of switching career, and never resign until you get that job offer, and to really know why it is important for you to have that switch of career. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss Fatma. Is that okay if we answer all questions? Like I found that some all questions are interesting.
Okay, yeah, no worries at all. As long
Okay,
as
so
we still
yeah.
have the time. Yeah.
Okay, yes. So
Mhm.
how did you feel after switching your career from the gas and oil field to the IT company?
Um, it is. It felt really well. I think it was really nice because finally I got a job. But well, it was not really that long until I got my job actually, because I just came back from Australia by the end of December 2018, and then I already moved to Malang on January 2019 to start my coding bootcamp. So it was just like a month of process. Like it was just like the interview, like the online test and interview and stuff. And the online test and interview was conducted in Jakarta, and then they told me that the coding bootcamp is in Malang, so that I had to move to Malang. And also the full-time job as a software engineer at Altera was in Malang. And then I felt really, really good when I switched my career, when it was from IT to hang on, from petroleum engineering into IT, because I know that this is something really great that I can do. I can have a good sense of purpose as to when I become a software engineer, because I can create something that is interesting and that people use, and that becomes really advantageous for people, which is really nice for me. And then when I switched career from working at Altera, a startup company in Indonesia, into working at Quinix, an international company, it was also really, really nice because it has a lot of advantages and better salary and stuff. And I get to speak English again, and now I get to speak English every day because all the people come from different countries. And also, though, they are really gorgeous, you know, like foreigners, they look really good, you know, like like oh, these people are really looking good, because you know they come from different background, different countries. And then I feel really good about switching my career because I know why I wanted to do it, because I have my reasons, I have the advantages that I can gain. But then when I move and working now as a backend developer at Quinix, there are also challenges that I have to overcome. For example, it is a really big product. Like I have to learn a lot of things. I have to learn a lot about backend. I mean, can you imagine becoming someone working front end for a year, and then you need to work full time as a backend now? Even I also work full stack as well, because it also has some front end repositories, and I do some adjustment on front end part as well. So yeah, it still has some challenges. Like I need to learn a lot. I need to adapt with the new working environment and stuff, and like the time zone. And our discussions is about the weather, like that for them the cold weather are 0 degree, and for us it's like 25 degree, and they're like, what? Like 25 is not cold. Like most of the time our discussion is about weather and time zone. And like it's really nice because I get to talk with people from different countries, different perspectives, and also different background, which is really nice. So overall, it's a really good feeling when it comes to my career switch. But it doesn't mean that my job at Altera was not good, because everything was really nice at Altera. I think I was already at comfort zone because everything went really well at Altera. But then I saw this really nice opportunity to work at Quinix. That's why I decided to move and work at Quinix.
Yep, it was very challenging when you can switch your career from the gas and oil field to the IT or tech company, right?
Yeah, it could
Yes.
be challenging, but I think the coding bootcamp really helped because it teach me a lot of things. It teach me everything to become a full stack engineer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So let's go to the next questions.
Mhm.
Based on your experience, what is the most important thing to do before we decide to switch our career?
Most important thing, I
Yeah.
think I've already discussed this. You need to know why you want to switch your career and what are the advantages that you can get if you switch career. For example, if you are in your early career, for example, you just work 1 or 2 years at one company, and then you feel like, I think I can get higher salary, but I don't think I can get it in this company. Maybe I can get it in other company, like move into a bigger company, for example, or move into an international company. Who knows, right? And just look out for the options if they are available, and if it is available, if there are options that you can apply, just apply and follow through each of the screening process, and do really well in the screening process, because who knows, you can get the job offer, and then after you get the job offer, you can determine whether or not you want to take that offer and resign from your current job. So make sure you know why you want to switch your career, whether it is like into different company, or in the same company but different roles or higher level. Like for example, I think I can work better, I can take more responsibilities because I've been working for 2 years. I can become a team lead, for example. Then you can just approach your manager and tell them that I would like to become a team lead. How can I do that? Is it possible? Can we talk about this? And I think they're really open for that. Just be proactive, know what you want, and do something about it. Not just keep quiet, not just wishing something to change. Because if you don't change, if you don't do something about your life that you want a change, then it will never change. You are the one who is responsible to change your life or your career if you want to. Mhm.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Fatma. So, yep, I think that we have more questions. Is that okay? We answering all questions?
Yeah, yeah, as long as we
Okay,
still have time.
so all right, okay, yes. Okay, so how long did you study or preparations before become a software engineer?
Okay, so actually, well, after I finished my master degree and I came back to Jakarta, I was looking for jobs that I could apply, and then I saw this opportunity to join the coding bootcamp, and I knew that it requires me to do an online test and also interview, and then I did all the screening process. And while preparing for me to move to Malang and start my coding bootcamp, I started by just learning by myself. For example, I go to um, Code Academy and I learned the basics skills in Python. So I learned the algorithm and the syntax of Python, and how I can apply that. And it was really nice because it could prepare me better when it comes to becoming the students at that coding bootcamp, so that I could do well in the coding bootcamp. Because by my time, there were 30 people actually who joined the coding bootcamp. But after some time, they needed to let go some of the people because they couldn't perform well. By the end of the day, we only had 17 graduates out of 30 that started the coding bootcamp, because those people needed to to go home earlier because they couldn't continue. Because every week we have coding tasks, we have assignment, we have projects, we have presentations and stuff. It was really challenging and quite competitive, and therefore I really needed to prepare well, and did really well in that coding bootcamp. And I think coding bootcamp was like the momentum for me to change my career, my field from petroleum into IT or software engineering.
Okay,
Can we
so
go? Yes.
let's go to the next
Mhm.
questions.
Yeah.
What is the challenge for software engineer in the future?
Okay, challenge for software engineer in the future, I think it can become more competitive in the future. Even though right now there are a lot of demands in terms of software engineering, people need your skills. People need you to become a software engineer because everything becomes online now, and they need a lot of developers to develop their system, to develop their softwares. But in the future, maybe it can become more competitive because more people can become more high skilled in terms of software engineering, and maybe the demand can be not that much anymore. Maybe some of our jobs are taken by AI and machine learning and everything. But I also believe that AI actually creates a lot of jobs that do not even exist right now. So you don't need to worry about the existence of AI and machine learning because they will help us to have a better life in the future. For example, maybe in 10 years, we will have that self-driving car go around Jakarta or go around Yogyakarta, and don't worry about those technology because they are there to help us do better in our lives because they are there to improve human beings' lives. For example, another thing is computer vision. Um, um, Before this, like pictures cannot move, like old pictures cannot move, and now with the computer vision technology and AI, they can create an old picture and it can move. Like it is a video of an Albert Einstein, or it is a video of your uh, your grandma or your grandpa, which is really nice. Like you can see what's really happening there. Even they create like a simulation of Albert Einstein, like a video of him talking to you, which is really nice. Like it's kind of scary at the first time, but it is technology, right? It is something
Yes.
new. It is something interesting, and it provides a great feature for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's go to the next session. Sorry,
Mhm.
next questions. Do you have plan to continue master's degree in computer science or informatics engineering?
Yes, I do. I actually do. Especially when I was still working at Altera, and I felt really, really that I wanted to work in overseas because living in Malaysia and Australia, it was really nice to be living and studying overseas because of the facilities, the people, and everything. And then I was kind of like missing living out there, living overseas and speak English. And then I was thinking, how can I work overseas if I don't even know how to work there? And then I was thinking maybe if I take a master's degree in computer science or informatics engineering, I can then study there, maybe in the US or in Europe. And then after that, I can continue working as a software engineer. So like my current work experience is really good for me to move into taking a master degree directly without having a background or like bachelor study of computer science, because some courses in master degree, they don't require you to have a bachelor degree in computer science. You can take the master degree in computer science even with your background in math or with your background in STEM, like science, technology, engineering, and math. And you can also do that. And I was thinking that maybe if I take a master degree in computer science in overseas again, after that I can continue working there. And then after moving and work at Quinix, now I believe that I don't really need master's degree in computer science anymore because I can still get a job overseas even though I'm still in Indonesia, but maybe thinking how I can move overseas because the goal is for me to live overseas, right? Even though now I
Yes.
have the job, which is an overseas situation and an international situation, but um, what I would like is to have an experience of living overseas again. Maybe, hopefully, this COVID-19 can go away soon, can disappear
I
really,
hope
really
so.
soon. Yeah,
Yeah, so the border will be open.
hopefully,
And
yeah.
anyway, do you have a plan? Where do you wanna go? To the uni?
Oh, university? Well, there are a lot of
Yes.
options. One of them is in the UK, and I think that one. I applied to some masters of computer science in the UK, such as in University of Bath, and then also at the University of Birmingham. And then also I wanted to apply to UCL, University
Wow,
College London.
UCL.
Yeah, but that
Nice.
one has like application fee, which was really expensive. So like I was preparing, maybe if I can get the scholarship first, and then I can apply to the university. But then after I applied for the scholarship, I didn't get it. So that one, it's okay. I didn't continue. But then I applied for other opportunities, which is Erasmus scholarship to study
Oh,
in
Erasmus. Yes,
Europe.
I know that.
Yeah, at different universities, different countries, like 2 or 3 countries in Europe. Imagine how awesome it is. Like you can travel and do a
Yes,
lot
I
of
can
things
imagine that.
in different countries, right? And then you can also do it by studying your masters. And then what is the other? I also did apply to MBZ UII. Maybe I can give you the link. And this
Yes.
is really, really nice. I think you really need to apply if you have the opportunity, if you want to, because it is the first. How can I give this? Is it in the comment? Okay. Okay, maybe I can just give it to someone. MBZ
Oh, I see
uh,
that. Yes.
uai.ac.ae. It is one, like, it is the first university in the world that is focused on AI. So their course are only machine learning, computer vision, NLP, natural language processing, and they only provide masters and PhD. And it is a really great opportunity for you if you are an academician, or if you are a working professional that has some background in terms of data, or you want to switch career into machine learning, then you can really apply and study there, because it is in Abu Dhabi, which is also a really nice country, right? And
Yes.
it is like a tech hub. It has a lot of thing with technology. It has a lot of headquarter of tech companies there, which is really nice. And I believe a lot of opportunities you can gain there. And if you can start from taking a master degree or a PhD there, and then after that you can directly working there, or any countries around it, or maybe just move to Europe afterwards. Just make sure you get your degree, because for the machine learning, for the master degree, you don't really require working experience. You can just directly apply, and then just make sure that you have like Python skills, math skills, data science skills, like basic skills for you to be able to be eligible and to apply for that. And also everyone that is admitted to that university, you get the scholarship. So it is a full full scholarship for you to study there. It's all for free. You just go there and study, and
Wow.
everything is provided. Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. So
Mhm.
I think we have maybe we will select the two questions more.
Mhm.
Do you have tips to become a great software engineer?
Uh-huh. Okay, so when you want to become a great software engineer, you need to learn a lot of things, especially all the things that related to software engineering, back end, front end, machine learning, everything. But focus on one that you want to do it as your career. For example, because I'm a full stack developer or a back end developer, I will focus on back end. But that doesn't limit myself to only learn all things about back end. I also learn about front end. I also learn about machine learning, and I also learn about data science, because I want to know. I want to know what's happening out there and why people keep on talking about this and why it is a trend in technology. And it is really good for you to know, at least to get a sense of what they are and what they do, and then how they can be valuable for people, how they can be valuable for the products, like why AI powered companies are really, really emerging now, and there are a lot of startup companies that use AI in their products, because it is really essential, and it helps boost their business, it helps boost their profits and income and everything, because they use AI, which is an advanced technology that is already around now. And what else? You need to learn a lot. You need to join community. I think this is really important, because you need to know that there are a lot of other awesome software engineers out there. And by joining communities, you can ask a lot of questions. You can have discussions with them, and you can also answer questions that come up from other people. For example, I told you about a lot of different Telegram groups, which is on Telegram, of course. Like you can join Python Indonesia, or JavaScript Indonesia, or Vue Indonesia, or what else? Golang Indonesia. And in each group, they will discuss mostly about that technology. For example, if it's a Python group, they will ask or discuss about Python. If it's a Golang group, it will be about Golang. Or if it's like a machine learning group, it will be about machine learning. So you can ask questions, you can answer questions, and you can also receive a lot of information about webinar, about info session like this, and then you can join the webinars, something like that. And also you can receive a lot of opportunities of job opportunities, job advertisement. It's like everywhere in the group. Like every day, there are a lot of job opportunities that you can gain. In fact, the one that I got, like I got the opportunity to apply for Quinix. I also know the information because I was in one of the Telegram group, and I saw this opportunity from someone, and I saw that it was really nice. It was a nice opportunity, and therefore I applied. And then what else? Learn a lot, join community. What else? Keep on improving your skills, of course, and do a lot of projects if you can. Even though like you do your full-time job and you do things that is related to your career. Outside that, maybe on the weekend or maybe in your spare time, maybe you can have small projects that is for yourself, for you to learn, and then you can just upload it and submit it into GitHub, and then you can showcase that for your portfolio. So it is also nice. Or you can also contribute in open source, which is also really nice, even though I haven't done that. But I heard that this is really a nice opportunity because you can meet a lot of people who are really great at what they do in open source, and you can contribute as well. So yeah, keep on learning, keep on improving, and keep your options open. um, Make sure that you are, what is it called, like you know a lot of things, but you still have one focus that you are really good at. I think they call it jacks of all trades, but skilled at one. Hang on, I forgot the words. Okay, just continue, please.
Okay, so I think this is the last questions.
Mhm.
Does software engineer need public speaking skill?
I do believe it is a yes. Uh, as a software engineer, you can share your knowledge by doing public speaking, by attending tech events, and you can share your experience in working in some project, for example, or in learning about new technology. You can share about Face API, or you can share about computer vision, of how you can use TensorFlow to have a game on Flipboard. Hang on, what is it called, or on racing car, but by using your body movement, something like that. And in doing that, you need to have public speaking skills, because you need to have your presentation skills, and you need to elaborate how your ideas and your experience of having that project. So I believe that having public speaking skills is really essential as well, even though you do software engineering, especially if you want to share about what you do. And what else? Because even software engineer, we do things like coding and stuff online, and just submit everything online. But even if it's like a public speaking skills, you can also use that in when you collaborate and communicate with other people. Maybe it's not really a public speaking skills, but your skills in terms of negotiation, your skills in terms of convincing people of what you do, it is also really required. And I think it is really nice to for you to have good public speaking skills as well as a software engineer. Mhm.
Okay, Miss Fatma, thank you for your wonderful sharing sessions. So, if you have more questions about career development, or you want to know more about Miss Fatma Jana, do not hesitate to contact her through LinkedIn. Is that okay if they contact you through LinkedIn, Miss Fatma?
Sure. Yeah, just
Ah, all
search
right,
my
okay.
name, Fatma Jana. It's there. Just connect with
Yeah.
me, and I will approve. No worries. Mhm.
Okay, so once again, thank you so much for Miss Fatma Jana for your wonderful sharing sessions. We hope our audience will know more about career development. So here we are in the last sessions. We have a couple of minutes for closing statements from our speakers. They will give us the motivational words or advice. It can be about the career or educations. So I will start with Miss Tuti Purwaningsi. Yeah, I will stop my screen. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Miss Tuti.
Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Mungga. I'm here.
Okay. So, would you kindly share us your words about? It can be about career or educations.
Yeah, okay. maybe for my career and my education, we have to we have to try to achieve that, because you have to believe that you can, and optimist for your future, and then make the most of your time to learn data science, and also try project case study related to data science, and don't forget to reward yourself with holidays and other things you love.
Yes, holiday is important. But you know
Yeah,
what? The pandemic, so yeah, we stay at home.
no problem, but you have to use your protocol.
Don't forget workout. Workout is the best.
Yeah, workout is
Just stay,
important.
yeah, stay fit, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Miss Tuti, for your kind words. And Miss Fatma, would you like kindly share us your thought about
Okay.
educations or career or anything?
All right. For me, I think there is a quote that says, choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life because you're doing something that you really like or you really love. However, most of the time, maybe it is not your first job that you can really love. Like for a fresh graduate, you can just do anything that you can do. Any opportunity that comes to you and it is good for you, just take that opportunity, and you can learn by doing that job, and by the end of the day you can know whether or not you like that job. And I think in my case, I can somehow love working as a software engineer after I work as a software engineer, even though at the beginning I didn't really know how to become a software engineer. I didn't really know what it is working as a software engineer. I didn't even imagine myself working as a software engineer when I was studying petroleum engineering, because back then what I wanted was to become a petroleum engineer, to work in the field and work with the machines, all stuff. But then eventually I become a software engineer and I really love it because I create softwares for people to use. I help with the system and stuff, which is really nice. And I get that sense of purpose because what I do is advantageous for other people. What I do is beneficial for them to use, and um, it creates value for people. And as a software engineer, I think that's one of the best feelings that I can get, and I'm really grateful for it. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Thank you, Miss Fatma, for your kind words, and thank you to Miss Tuti for your kind words and advice for us. We hope it can inspire and motivate us to pursue our dreams. And anyway, it's almost 3 p.m. Singapore time, so it means the event will end soon. And anyway, we have feedback form, and we need your feedback for the better us. So you can fill your feedback here. Yeah. And yes, thank you to the speaker and thank you to the audience for spending your time to attend this webinar.
Bye.
And once again, thank you to Chia and Google Developer Space Team Singapore for the opportunity. And I think that's enough from me. Thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best, everyone, for your career. Bye bye.